I counted up 100, that was all facts. Me and Billy bankroll, seen it all stacked. I fucked your dream girl and never called back. Ain't scared of jail, send me where my dog's at. I got a hall pass, I might fuck your bitch tonight. With a glass of that Diddy, ho, we sippin' white.
Till I can't see straight, throw hands till I hear them sirens. Tears running down my face. God's cry when the sky is falling now. Just might running down for the love of the chase. Just might for the thing for the folks in my world. Just might
catch a case if you lames out of place.
Just might
grab a case, take it straight to the face.
Just might running down for the love of the chase.
Hold on, you got me fucked up. Old land in my veins, what you made of? If you ain't fucking with a nigga saying I don't want to fake love, I don't need no more, but I'm still gon' go for it.
Oh, what's up, guys? Watch! We got motherfucking Organic in the house in Stock.
Hey.
That's right. It's been a long time coming. Surprisingly, Travis has never been on Watch, but he's been on Ruin Your Day. Our schedules are just fucking insane.
Never been on Watch?
Yeah,
No,
this
man.
is first fucking time. Let's go.
Let's do it.
And this is Brett's second time, but this is the first time where there's not hella drunk people. So pretty much your first time.
It would be kind of awkward if we were real drunk at 10 in the morning.
Everyone's first time is full of drunk people, am I right?
But yeah,
Talk about sex.
we're out for Travis is here for the Bodied premiere. Have you seen like the movie every night you've been here?
No, I've been like, I don't know if you guys noticed, I kind of show up for the pre-screening and then we'll disappear for the 2 hours that the movie's happening and then come back when it's over. I've seen the movie 6 times now. The only reason why I've kind of sat out the last 2 is just because I got to do the whole theatrical run in Toronto next week. So it starts in theaters on November 9th in Toronto. So I'm going to have to go with all my friends, family, and every person that wants to like go with me. And yeah. So I don't want to get to the point where I'm like
Sick of it.
yeah, where I dislike it because I've seen it so much. So, but I like it a lot. It's really good. What'd you guys think of it? Was yesterday your first time seeing it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my first time seeing.
Awesome.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
Super
Like I
good.
was so proud of Alex and like everything about it is just fucking so cool. From like the inside battle rap jokes in it, like that only we would get, like where he's like, faggot! Like I was like, oh my fucking god! Like me and Ilmac were like cheersing.
Yeah, they drank to that.
Yeah.
And like battles themselves, if they're too insidery, can alienate the general public who don't understand like what are the stolen tapes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this movie has so many battle rap references that won't alienate a general audience.
And it's crazy because there's some like real hidden eggs in there that like even as battle fans won't get. Like I've watched the movie 6 times, and I think the last time I watched it was the first time I got the Krayshawn reference where he's like, yeah, a battle rapper wrote that song. You know what I mean? It just said so, and it's like, oh shit, Speaks. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
And then it's so weird because then I log online the next day and I see Dumbfounded doing a podcast with Speaks. I'm like, man, the world works.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Weird,
they shit out
mysterious
Speak in that.
Yeah.
I like looked to Lee. I was like, dude, they're talking about Speak right now. It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Super cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Kid Twist's knowledge in battle rap history, though, right?
Yeah.
Like these things were all very prominent things that happened throughout the years. It's just 10 years later we almost like forget about them over time. So
yeah,
crazy.
Like there's a part in the movie where people are talking about how is it B-Rabbit, Eminem's character in 8 Mile?
Yeah.
How he lost in the movie, which is a discussion I've heard battle rappers have a million times. Like, he exposed himself. He took an L on his own. It's like, I heard that conversation 5 years ago, and now it's on a movie screen. It's awesome.
And then also, I don't know, just like so many things that I was like watching it and being like, man, this is probably the coolest thing that's happened to battle rap. All the fucking cameos, your cameo, like Iron, Ice.
Irons is hilarious.
Irons is so funny, but the thing is, they're there just to put you guys in the film, and I think that is so fucking cool. I was like, dude, that's amazing. They're like including all the big characters from our culture to like authenticate it. Twist is in it, and like a really funny cameo.
Joseph's always been really good like that. With everything he does, he involves like the people of stuff he's interested. Even when we were filming Detention, you know, he brought on battle rappers like myself and Dumbfounded, and like his other interest is poker. So you're there with a bunch of professional poker players, which is also why, you know, there's poker players at the original premiere screening in LA. The Source is battling them. And
I heard about
like that. So he's always kind of put the people that he appreciates their talents and he tries to better their position. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to do this.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like, he can hire an extra that lives in LA for the $300 a day, but he's literally paying for the flight, the hotel, your time, and then, you know what I mean, bringing people out for the premiere and letting them experience this. And it's big, man. And I know a lot of people within battle rap that haven't seen the movie and stuff will criticize it, but I think, like, the bigger picture is that this is providing a light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of us that have put our creative arts into battle rap and allowing us to explore outside of it. You know, seeing people like Hollow and Lux's personality and their flair kind of jump outside of their battle rap character, just regular conversation.
Yeah, so
Crazy.
I don't know if that was like a secret that we were trying to give out of the film. Should we just talk about the 2-on-2? Because I think that's a huge selling point for people to go see the fucking movie.
I feel, well, there is a point where a 2-on-2 breaks out, which I didn't expect, but like the whole audience, that's the moment in the movie where the whole audience is like, okay, here we go. The battle rap crowd's like, this is exciting.
Yeah.
It's a scripted film, and I'm excited about what's about to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think that in general, seeing Hollow and Lux on screen together is worth going and seeing this movie. It's like, and especially what happens. It's like, what the fuck is that? That will never happen in fucking reality, and it happens in a major feature film that's like premiering in theaters. So I'm just like, I was like blown away the whole time I was watching it. I was like, this is the coolest fucking thing in the world right now.
And, you know, I think a lot of people were skeptical on how it was going to come out because battle rap is such a fucking touchy thing, man. Everybody, because we know, like, you see people like Total Slaughter come in and dump millions of dollars on something, and they don't nail it because it's such a touchy subject. And from atmosphere to concept topic, everything. It's a very touchy thing, so they did a good job. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys, so we're going to watch a old classic King of the Dot battle today. And then we're going to watch some other shit. We haven't really decided yet, but we're just going to kind of roll through it. These guys got about 2 hours to do some watches. So we're going to start this off with a King of the Dot classic. We're going to go to SoulCon versus PORICH.
Hey.
Do you remember what event this was from?
Volume 6.
I think it made volume 12. I know.
How many volumes were there?
I think we went up to volume 14, and then we started naming the events. I just started realizing this is going to get very redundant.
For real?
You know, I mean, kudos to UFC for being able to use just the numbers as the marketing thing. I thought, like, we just kind of had to, you know, be a little more creative than that.
Shout outs to the Super Bowl. Got it.
Yeah, I know. I guess that is, like, a hella good point. Like, it does, like, I don't even know what fucking UFC is going on. It's like 200, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But, like, decade. Oh, decade. This is where this happened. Blackout. This is where this happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's like very, like, it's easy to assign the battles. So if, like, any of these early King of the Dot battles, I don't know the fucking number at all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know the venue, and I'm like, it happened at that venue, and these are the other battles that happened at that event.
Yeah.
You know? But I love these early King of the Dot battles so much. Like, nostalgia happens when I watch these. Like, the feeling, like, the crowd.
R.I.P. Club XS.
Yeah, R.I.P. Club XS.
My favorite, man.
This was like when I think Toronto's crowd was like fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I remember going up there and just being like, God damn, this crowd is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, they were like so open to hearing everything.
Yeah.
We really were able to, like, tap into, like, the college market back then because of our age group and everything. We were really able to kind of, like, bring that type of, like, college excitement into battle rap where people came out, and it wasn't just like a social thing, but we had people coming out at like noon, like 600-700 people, you know, and that's the funny thing is, like, we would promote an event with 3 weeks left and just throw out a flyer. There was no video flyers promoting. It was literally just put up a flyer, and then, like, at noon on a Sunday or Saturday, there'd be like 800 people in this venue.
Yeah.
Even the club owners would be like, what the fuck? Like, how do you guys do this? Like, people aren't even waking up at this time. You guys got 800 people ready to watch, like, two grown men yell at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The early King of the Dot shit's amazing. Yeah, so background on this battle, PORICH versus SoulCon. This was SoulCon's first time in Toronto? Or was it him versus Aspire?
I think it was second time. I think the first time he came up was versus Aspire.
Okay.
This was his second one. I remember this vaguely because SoulCon stayed at my house this time, and I remember, like, rushing to get him to the bus in time, and I'm pretty sure I got him there late. He missed his bus.
I missed my bus.
I'm not 100% sure if he made it or not, but I do know, you know, it's from that weekend.
That's incredible. Who did PORICH battle before this? Was this after his Pesci run or before the Grand Prix? I think it was after, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I feel like this was in the Grand Prix.
Because,
I feel like this,
he lost to Pesci and then battled Sulcan. Because wasn't Pesci and Arcane at this event? Let's just, like, look at the footage.
I'm so confused on how that table worked. Did he lose to Pesci? I thought he lost to Young Stitch.
No. He lost to Pesci. Remember? Because he lost to Pesci and then Pesci battled Arcane.
That was the finals?
Yeah. Yeah, Pesci battled Psycho.
Is it in the description? Were you guys on point with that in the day?
No, because we used to always change everything to promote other events. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
see in this whole battle, Blackout 4 is being promoted.
Yeah, on the annotations, I remember
Well,
that.
that's the crazy thing is YouTube took away annotations, but they still show up on our videos, and I can't change them. So you'll watch like an old King of the Dot video, and all of a sudden I'll be like, follow Sketch Menace. Yeah. On the annotation. Sketch gotta love it, but it's hilarious, man. It always makes me laugh, and I try to delete them, and they just pop back up
That's
again.
fucking hilarious, man. And YouTube is always fucking around. All right, guys, put on your headphones so you can hear.
This venue is the best, man.
Yeah, I know. It really is. I miss it. There's so much fun stuff that happened at this venue. The way it was built, too, with, like, that stage. I don't even know if you call that thing a stage. It was, like, fucking, like, 10 feet high.
So like a platform.
Yeah, so all the audience could stand above the pit in the background, and then people could still be in the pit if they wanted to, and the acoustics of that place surprisingly were really good to where if you were standing like in the far back you could still hear.
Yeah. And the VIP room I think was the coolest too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You had the upstairs room where all the battlers can chill, and it was just like
There's
a window
glass,
platform.
yeah.
So you'd be able to get like the best view of the battles that were going on and everything. It was super cool.
And that's where you'd catch like Big Mac going over his rounds.
You know, the funny thing is that venue is just a furniture store now, and I don't
What?
understand
Wow, what a
how
downgrade.
it exists, because that used to be the club district, and they ripped everything down. So remember the parking lot across the street where you used to do all the spray paintings?
Yeah.
That's a condo. There's no parking lot there no more. It's like a
Whoa.
massive 50-story condo.
Okay, I've always been interested in this about Toronto because I go there and it's so much different than like a place like LA where all the buildings are apartments and condos.
Mm-hmm.
Here, all the buildings are kind of businesses.
Yeah.
What is the big industry in Toronto? Like, why is there so many people moving there?
I think it's just, you know, Canada's got a good reputation, and then when you're in Canada, like, there's no other real mega city other than Vancouver, but Vancouver's very, you know, laid back, relaxed type vibe. Everybody in Canada, I think your end goal is to end up in Toronto, right?
Really?
I think so. Just it's the entertainment capital of the world. It's like where all the celebrities come from.
Word.
It's just like, it's the Los Angeles of Canada, right? Everybody
Yeah.
in America wants to move to New York or Los Angeles. So I think in Canada, everybody wants to move to Vancouver or Toronto.
Interesting.
Right, so, but it's tough in Toronto. But you see other buildings just because our cities like this, where water takes up the other half, so it can only expand out one way.
Yeah.
So it's like people have just tried to like
Build up.
that
That
rather
makes
than
sense.
build
Okay.
out because it gets too far, right?
Yeah,
So,
word. That makes a little sense. All right, guys, we're gonna watch PORICH versus SoCon. Fucking classic from volume something.
Yeah.
Man, all these like
I
fucking
think this is volume 12.
do you still have this? Wasn't this like in your apartment for a while?
That guy?
No,
No. The banner, yeah, this
I
guy.
used to work with that guy. His name's Andrew. He's a good. You know what's funny is that is actually who I started King of the Dot with.
What?
That's the co-founder of King of the Dot,
Well,
the guy in the red and white
I used to work in a
barber
steel
shop
mill, right?
polo shirt.
So
Yeah.
he used to work with me, and every day I'd be there, and I'd be in the World Rap Championships, and I'd force this guy to come home and watch battles with me on lunch. I lived like 10 minutes away from my work. We'd get a 45-minute lunch. We'd go to my house, watch battles on lunch, and drive back to work for the rest of the day. So I'd always be there and be like, man, I'm trying to start my, like, you know, floating ideas off him and stuff. And he was the person that kind of, like, encouraged me to...
Stand School, thank you, man.
Thank you, Stan
Go
Scholes.
ahead.
Love
Dude, your
stickers.
story is 8 Mile. Like,
It
you're
is.
seriously,
It's fine.
you
It's
are
hilarious.
8 Mile. Literally worked in a steel mill.
Yeah.
Came from a hard, laborious background and started a fucking battle rap league,
Yeah.
man. Is 8 Mile. It's fucking dope.
Be
Make
Rabbit
that
over
movie.
here, man.
Alright, so
Be Rabbit.
Alright.
rapper to my right, introduce yourself. PORICH, Stick Demon, yo, bitch!
Whippy is a fucking city. Big Mouth's online. Fuck you.
What's the deal with PORICH right now?
He just moved out to Ottawa,
So he's
been-
just not accessible, pretty much. He's like out
He is.
there.
He's battling in I think a league called CRB right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
so-
Yeah, I saw him around, and I'm always like, why isn't he doing King of the Dot battles more?
I mean, PORICH always got the invite, but he's just living his life out in Ottawa, and Toronto's about 8-hour drive away, or 6-hour drive away. So.
Yeah.
Rapper to my left, introduce yourself. The name is Stalk, everybody. Let's go. Make some noise for Ronald.
Let's go.
What's going on with Stalk right now?
He got married to Tanya.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he's in politics.
Yeah.
I
would love to get Stalk.
Yeah, but I always find it so funny. Everybody thinks he's gonna come back. I'm like, dude, he is not gonna come back.
You know, but it's crazy because like I understand the reasons he's not, but it's like also this is a platform to kind of use that message to convey it.
That's a hella good point, man.
Like you can come back and make a big difference in battle rap by pushing your stance and your view and using this platform to convey that message, you know, but to each their own. I'm not in the business of forcing people to do anything. So,
Word.
One thing about Soulcon I know is in interviews he's mentioned having writer's remorse, and that the way he battled was so simple. The set up punch. Like they asked him what his regrets would be, he's like, I'd come back and rap different because I rap better than they know. So people just think I'm a set up punchline guy and I could do a lot more.
Yeah.
So I know he would want to style off a bit when if he came back, but he never will. He's a congressman.
We gonna see, squad. We gonna see. PORICH won the coin toss. It is 1 minute on Soulcon. Let's get it in, Toronto. Y'all see me at MOB and how I burn the suns, but I went from battling 3 people to a third of 1. This is Richard Moss, as his mom and dad named him. But if you've seen Team America, you know him as Matt Damon. You spit with...
I will say one thing about Soulcon. He might be the loudest battle rapper I've ever filmed.
That's why I set this one up. To be honest,
and PORICH is hella loud.
PORICH and Soulcon because they're both like loud, so fucking loud.
That's a hella good point. PORICH is the same way. I remember when he battled Illusion Z at Blackout 2. I was just like, holy fuck, man. Like, I would hate to be Illusion Z right now. Him barking, like, right at your face, blowing out your eardrum.
Team America, you know him as Matt Damon. You spit with several accents that change with every measure. 1 second you're in Harvard Yard, the next you're plundering buried treasure. I hear that Whitby gets it popping if you're a drunk or a partier, but judging by how you sound, it must be somewhere near Narnia. If I lose, it's because I let you in. Why the fuck they let you in? I bet you still sleep in the same basket that your parents left you in. He was abandoned as a baby by David in the Gnomes with a note on his chest that said, raise him as your own. So that's why he gets wasted like it's a magic elixir and pees himself because he's too smashed to handle his zipper. It must be really hard for you to handle your liquor, especially when you're the size of a handle of liquor. And I know
it's so weird that I still know this fucking word by word. I'm sitting here having to like, I used to be the worst for that, man. Like, I used to tell rappers, do not tell me your bars because I will predict them as you say them. There's like a Holohan battle where I'm like, you know what I mean? As he said,
and you just naturally do that,
because he was my friend, so I heard him go over those bars. He stayed at my house when he would come here, so I just like hear it so much. But even this, I'm like about to say Soulcon's line with them. Like,
that's a good Easter egg for King of the Dot battles. Is just see you in the background being like, those same Pepsi cans. It's like, yeah, okay.
You to handle your liquor, especially when you're the size of a handle of liquor. And I know I'm only a couple inches taller than you, but your ex said I'm 5 inches longer than you. And I ain't talking about my nose.
Longer? Who the fuck cares about that?
But your ex said I'm 5 inches longer than you. And I ain't talking about my nose. So, hold on. So fuck a 12-step program. Now that we've reached your final hour, let's just skip to the step where you pray to a higher power. We gonna see.
That Soulcon is such quality over quantity, and he, like, people in battle rap, especially the young guys now, overwrite. Like, okay, I need 8 multis. The scheme needs to last 3 minutes. He did a 60-second round. Set up punch, change the rhyme every time. Like, it seems simplified now, but it worked. And people want him to come back 10 years later because of it.
For sure. No, he's hella effective. I also, like, have always really liked his, like, super theatrical, like, pray to a higher power.
Theater,
I think it's fucking tight.
I like Soulcon for the fact that he was so direct. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's missing with battle rap. People aren't really trying to embarrass each other anymore. They're trying to outright and be like out-complex each other. And like he was just very simple and direct, but it was so effective and efficient.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, like one of the hardest punches in URL is you can what the fuck is the and I don't rock. I spend my spot with gorillas. It's that math scheme. Yeah. And that's super simple and direct. But it's direct and it's hard, and that I agree, that shit is the best when you're just simple, effective, and that's good writing too. When you can pull something off that's simple and effective and dope and simple, like, and it's easy to digest. I like hate watching battles and being like, okay, like do, like, you know, the numbers start pulling up. I'm like, this, all of that, okay, cool, you know. It's like, and then you lose the next line people are talking about, you know, you get lost. So
I think short rounds kind of force people to be very direct as well. Like you're not going to talk about your kitchen sink and relate it to all sorts of things if you only got 90 seconds. You know what I mean? That's always like word weaving and trying to impress people. But I like short battles. I think very short, direct. And I'm a true believer in the sense that like people should want to watch a battle and come back and want to watch another one. You shouldn't give people enough content where they've seen enough.
That's,
you know what I mean? Like
hella fucking true,
supply and demand is everything. Like short rounds, this was good. This is what got people to be like, go watch the other one. It's very tough to watch 2 battles in a week these days. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking. It's true. I feel.
Trust
for you,
me, man.
You got
like,
a job that
like
does
making people stay here for multiple battles has gotten harder and harder and harder because after 2, they're just like, I want to go home. I'm tired. And I'm like, wait, no, stay for one more, please. But yeah, man, this is 60-second rounds, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, that is so fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Hearing that now, because it's 3 minutes and way up than that.
Yeah.
People do like 5-minute rounds like casually now.
But that's because we're only catering to battle fans these days, and I think that's kind of where battle rap is slowing its progression as far as growth. It's like we're not leaving the room for people to come in, watch a short piece of content, leave, and then be like, you know what, I actually really enjoyed that, and go back and watch. Like, how many times would you scroll by Instagram, see a 58-minute video on Instagram, be like, oh, okay, I'm watching this.
Word.
Why do we assume it's different with YouTube?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is only catering to people that know what this content is.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, the short videos are good for attracting people that may stumble across them, like, yeah, I got 15 minutes to kill, why not?
Yeah, that's hella true. I still remember in Ilmac versus Disaster when they're like, it's 3 60-second rounds, and the last round is 90 seconds. Woo! And people audibly went, "Oh, 90 seconds was impressive, dude." It's like so nuts how like shit's changed nowadays. It's like unlimited round. Mook raps for 23 fucking minutes.
I remember when Diz versus DNA dropped, and
it was an hour. I remember that too.
The first round, Organic says, you know, we got 4-minute caps, 4 minutes on Disaster. Everyone in the crowd was like, "What the fuck? No one could rap that long."
Yeah, man, for sure.
That length of that video, I don't know if you guys remember that video. It was like 3 days to upload.
Yeah, I remember. I was talking to Ken about that.
And our internet in Canada was so bad.
Super slow,
you know what I mean? That it was literally like, okay, 6 gigabytes, and we're gonna be here till okay, it's September 1st. Looks like September 3rd we'll be uploading.
Yeah, for real.
And it was a nightmare. We actually had to inquire about getting in like the Bell building, you know what I mean, which is like a huge phone company, to like get in, use their computers and use their internet to be able to upload that battle because it was so long.
Yeah, I still remember doing all the VODs after the King of the events, and the internet was just like a struggle, man. Yikes. All right, bottom of the first on PORICH.
Grab one, it's on PORICH, let's go!
Get him. You ain't worthy of this. Cheap Jew only came to battle because he heard I was rich.
The way you did that, fucking hilarious.
I'm here to beat you. Your style see-through, the best beer on earth. I do not care what he brew. Last week you made demands to the URL scene. This week you ducked Warbucks? Give me a break, son. That tells me you became a man at 13, but you've been a bitch since day 1. Fuck you, nerve.
Do you guys remember that reference?
Ducking Warbucks?
No, what is the...
That all came from the rapmusic.com
Warbucks called out Soulcon on
Warbucks called on Soulcon to do his... Because remember, Warbucks was like this rap battle audio champion, like 390 wins to 1 loss. Shout out to Nestle. He was his 1 loss. And so when Warbucks wanted to come in the scene, everyone was like, oh, you know what I mean? It's fucking nerve-wracking, kind of like this kid who's like literally created every punchline that we're like replicating and this stuff. And SoulCon wasn't with it, and it's so funny because I actually ended up booking Warbucks versus Caliente, and it was a nightmare.
It was a wrap.
Yeah, that was
ugly.
sad that happened.
I mean,
what is the day one? It's just like you're a pussy. That's what he's just
yeah,
saying.
you've been a pussy for a long time.
Word. But why is SoulCon does this afterwards? Like, does some like number thing?
That's one
Man for
line.
the URL scene. This week you duck.
Oh wait, is that what he says? He's like, that's one line.
I'm here to beat you. Your style see-through. The best beer on earth. I do not care what he brew. Last week you made demands to the URL scene. This week you duck Warbucks? Give me a break, son. That tells me you became a man at 13, but you've been a bitch since day one. Fuck your nerve raps. You got your script.
Okay, word.
13, but you've been a bitch since day one. Fuck your nerve.
Real quick, just to cross-promote. We did a countdown of the top 10 most disliked King of the Dot battles, which actually wasn't, the ratios weren't that bad. But one of the top 5 was Warbucks versus Caliente. And I don't think Tom from Battle Rap Resume knew that Warbucks doing an on-camera battle was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
And so all those dislikes were people who already hated him from rapmusic.com being like, haha, pussy, dislike.
Just reveling in his failure, which is so fucking lame.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, we all want to see people do good. We want to see good battles, you know? We don't want to see people, like, suck, so...
Nah, that hurt for me, bro, because I looked up the Warbucks a lot. You know, him, DZK, Hibernation, Retaxis, like, a lot of Raw Facts, all those guys I was, like, big fans of
GRB
back in the
guys.
day. Yeah, you know, they made good music, and I felt like they're our age group and stuff, and I wanted to really kind of mesh those scenes, and I felt like the way Nestle came in, I was like, yo, this is so possible. We can get all these guys over here, like, our scene is going to flourish, you know?
Yeah.
But, I think Warbucks kind of just took it for granted and just thought like, hey, I'm gonna write the day before, show up. It's whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're in, lights go on, it's quiet. You know what I mean? Just like the body thing, people start stretching, and you know what I mean. It's all of a sudden that reality kicks in. That, oh shit, I probably should have.
Nah, man, this shit is a different fucking beast, dude. And like you're standing in the center of people, they're just looking at you, and you're like looking around, and they're just like waiting for you to kind of either like say something dope or say something whack, you know.
Amuse
They're
me.
eating you alive. Yeah, exactly.
Raps, you got your script from the Torah, and every bit of your cadence sounds like track 2 of Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. This lame faggot will not shake hands with any of his fans if they've recently eaten a ham sandwich. Catch that damage if you try approaching me. Nothing about looking like Ned Flanders is Oakley Dokley.
Take offense to that.
Let's go.
Nothing about looking like Ned Flanders is Oakley Dokley. You get laid to waste. My game is so Crosby, and the frames on your face are thicker than the frame of your body. That's why you look stupid and pretentious dissing anyone from Canada wearing Eugene Levy's lenses. And you're usually inventive, but telling Aspire you're the rapper that he aspires to be? Faggot, every guy in the scene knows that's the most played-out line in the entire league. See, battle rap is about being creative with your writing, but what's the point of you having that thunderous voice if you can't brainstorm when you're afraid to play with lightning? When you rap, I close
Dude,
my...
I gotta say, PORICH is fucking killing this round, dude. He
really
said
good,
some
man.
dope shit.
Point of you having that thunderous voice if you can't brainstorm when you're afraid to play with lightning. When you rap, I close my eyes and envision a dork, a kid scared shitless of Christian.
When you rap, I close my eyes and envision a dork.
It's about being creative with your writing. But what's the point of you having that thunderous voice if you can't brainstorm when you're afraid to play with lightning? When you rap, I close my eyes and envision a dork, a kid scared shitless of Christians and pork. Hip-hop ain't dead, bitch, it lives in the north. We'll bump tracks from Peter Jackson and camouflage before we ever listen to yours.
I think PORICH got the first. Pretty comfortable margin.
It's crazy because back then everyone's so gone 3-0. But
Yeah.
That's battle rap. It's like you watch stuff back and
Totally.
times change.
Revisionist,
You got a close-up in my face like that shit would get my respect. Were you trying to intimidate me or reenact your kiss with dialect?
WRC reference.
WRC reference.
Poor Rich and them got so close to that.
But this
Now-
dude's trying to kiss me.
Was SoulCon originally from Los Angeles and moved to New York?
Yeah,
Woodland
Okay,
Hills.
because I was about to say he got the 818 shirt, so I remembered that already.
Yep. I remember SoulCon from hella long ago posting on the like Sage Francis message boards before he started battle rap.
Wow.
Yeah. That's back when he lived out there, and then he moved to NY and started working at Fat Beats.
Were you trying to intimidate me or reenact your kiss with dialect? You haven't grown a bit since you were a 7th grader, but on the bright side, you're the right height to join the Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale, you like nuts in your eyes. You battled Pesh and failed. Wow, what a fucking surprise. You dissed my homie Low and said he's sweating the States. You use Americans in every rap reference you make. I will body check this scrawny Pesh out of his states. You putting up a fight, but that don't make this less of a rape. On his wedding cake, the plastic groom that stands with the bride should come with a label that says actual size. Wait, let me retract that. Not because that shit's a lie, but rather because a bride can be a guy. Oh, goddamn. All right, so, fuck it.
Yeah. Dude, Sulkan's choke is amazing. I like when people choke and they're like, you know, they usually pause, but he's just like, oh shit, oh fuck,
you can see his anxiety come up. Oh fuck, goddamn. It's like,
real.
Wait, let me retract that. Not because that shit's a lie, but rather because a bride can be a guy. Oh goddamn. All right, so fuck it. You want to match a Peter Ilmac, but couldn't fucking beat the drink. A smarter man would hang his jersey up and leave the rink. Get him. But I'm here to club this baby seal. Fuck what Peter thinks. It goes like this. Motherfucker. Ah, fuck.
no.
All right.
Don't preface a choke with, it goes like this.
Yeah, but literally, I mean, I don't know because I don't fucking rap, but I'm assuming when you're blanking like that, you're literally just trying to like fill the void of the silence. Yeah, you're just trying to say whatever. But yeah,
your
that
brain's
is funny.
Trying to remember where you pick off, so like you're trying to bide that time. You know what I mean? It's super weird. I feel bad for people in that.
You know what's hella funny is like all the like defenses battle rappers have now against choking, which back then people would not deal with, like running your shit really far back. As soon as you started running stuff back, people would be like, you already said that, what's the next line? You know, I could feel like people like in this era would not fuck with that. And like for a good example, like I feel like Jay Mills almost choked this weekend, and he ran his material like hella far back to like catch where he was, but we're like, that was like fucking 8 bars.
That was
like,
the last round.
Yeah, word, exactly.
Fuck what Peter thinks. It goes like this. Motherfucker. Ah, fuck. Yo, listen, Pipsqueak, this league only wants you as a speed bag. You got the swagger of a little boy that lost a game of freeze tag. And you know we can go to the hands if you really want to knuckle up, but at least I'll know in advance that you're only throwing uppercuts. Motherfucker, how can we ever...
That's incredible.
But at least I'll know in advance that you're only throwing uppercuts. Motherfucker, how can we have a fair one? You are for one. Your mama's so big when I fuck her that shit's a foursome. And you could be the king of the top, but really what fucking for? Because if you sat in that throne, your feet wouldn't touch the floor.
It's also in the era if you like choked, you're like the whole fucking battle. You lost.
Yeah, you lost.
Yeah.
That's what made. I mean, no, spoiler alert. 10 years later, but that's what made the judgment of this battle so controversial.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, was this actually judged?
I think it was.
I think it was because this is how long this battle is. There's judges at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hey, I got homies that's heavy in the streets. Jonah Hill, you lost a shitload of weight trying to get it.
That's amazing. I got homies that are heavy in the streets, and the dude behind him looks street as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, I got homies that's heavy in the streets. Jonah Hill, you lost a shitload of weight trying to get him to the Greek. Quit acting like a giant on stage. You pussy. And last time here, you were perfectly defined in the traits. How do you have a battle against the guy that you hate, have 4 eyes, and not use one to look a spire in the face? That's how I know you faggot. Same way you battle QP and call Fox a faggot. Didn't look him in the face when you spat it. Bitch, you might as well have hid in another room when you rapped it. You were like, and Fox is a faggot.
That's fucking amazing, dude. Hell yeah.
Same way you battle QP and call Fox a faggot. Didn't look him in the face when you spat it. Bitch, you might as well have hid in another room when you rapped it. You were like, and Fox is a faggot. What I know for sure? Get off Conceited's dick and stop dissing the squadron. You looking like a stalker and that's a bit of a problem. I bet if I told you he was waiting to battle you on the ocean floor, you'd die holding your breath trying to swim to the bottom. That's true. So you beat QP, now Fox is next. Oh, you're chopping heads like you're Leonard finding a sauce? The Sons are a rap crew, not a 5-headed hydra, you dork. Your obsession with short black men's a scary omen, guy. Hey, where were you the night that Gary Coleman died? Hey, You want conceited so bad? Here's a sample I pulled from his mouth. My bullet's like ink, I'll lay you all on yourself. Maggie, you really think you could beat me with...
That's the worst conceited impression.
Yeah.
Hey, you want conceited so bad? Here's a sample I pulled from his mouth. My bullet's like ink, I'll lay you all on yourself. Maggie, you really think you could beat me, Weenie? I ain't never scared. This Jew's got the heebie-jeebies. Y'all think, hey, whoa. Y'all think Flo would ever play a track he made? Doubt it, son. How the fuck you a brown bag all-star if you can't even rap your way out of one? Whoa. Nice choke, by the way. Yo.
Non-rhyming rebuttals.
Yeah, I know. I always like that, though, the non-rhyming rebuttal at the end. That was always, like, hella hard.
I think when people do it before, it kind of takes away because it's like you're desperate to get that off your mind, but you know you don't have to say it in your thing. You could tell, like, poor Rich got rid of his whole thing, and then...
By the way.
Yeah, by the way, you choked.
It's over. All right.
You hear some girl saying it's over.
It's over. All right.
Get him, Squire.
Oh my god. Amazing.
It's over. All right.
Get him.
Let him go.
Motherfucker, I could beat you if I did or didn't choke. Where was I on the night Gary Coleman died, giving your mom a different stroke?
That is
so good,
fucking
man.
awesome.
So good.
That's made every, great rebuttal compilation that's ever been made.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, that's what I miss about Battle Rap. And that's the thing about long rounds, too, man. They kill rebuttals. Because
it's like, did he really say that?
And it's too long of a distance where it's like, even if you have a rebuttal, it's like, man, you had 2 minutes to think about that. You're not impressive. But like there's like Soulcon says, if you watch, like, so many hands, like, everybody's so like blown away.
He dropped the Gary Coleman line like 30 seconds before.
Yeah, it was like 3 bars before his ender.
The short time span is like it hits it that much harder.
Yeah.
That's so many things are incredible about that. It's a rebuttal. It's freestyled. It's quick. It incorporates his choke into it, rhyming it with what he said, and like rhyming it in. That's so fucking amazing. That might be like one of the best rebuttals of all time. Fucking awesome, dude. So constant.
Especially coming back from a choke in your last round.
Yeah.
And that's how you start.
Dude,
your next
that's
one.
like that just nullifies your choke because it's
Yeah.
like honestly, I feel like battle rap nowadays is about moments. I think back then even too it was about moments. And that's what I remember from this battle.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when I watch this back, I'm like, oh damn, PORICH had a lot of shit in this. It's like hella dope because it gets overshadowed by that rebuttal, which is so fucking incredible.
Let him go.
Motherfucker, I could beat you if I did or didn't choke. Where was I on the night Gary Coleman died, giving your mom a different stroke?
He's back. Yo, do you want to talk about We Gon' See shit a little bit? Because I remember Drake used that, right?
Yeah, that was a Tycoon Tax thing, and that was all from when we were out in Montreal, and I think he was battling Justice.
Yep.
And
Heated battle.
People and it was a heated battle.
Yeah.
They were like, it was like they were really up in each other's face, and like a lot of people don't know, but a lot of the Canadian cities had like a lot of hostility with each other back then because before we were able to break into the American market, we competed against each other.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of times people from Montreal would come to Toronto to rap, fights would break out. So you always was like teetering that. So I guess when Tax was rapping with Justice, someone said something like or like, we'll catch you later, and Tax was like, we gonna see?
Yeah.
In like the middle of the battle, and it was just like how he like responded to this person outside of it, and then it almost became like his slogan. You know what I mean?
Word, and he used that, and that's what Soulcon's saying, and Drake actually used it in, what is that? What track did he use that in?
I can't remember what.
Isn't that Meek Mill diss?
I think something we gonna see. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. But super dope.
We gonna see. In the hood, people love me. Hold on. In the hood, people love me like I'm slinging packs of Newports. I got a funny feeling.
God.
Your favorite rapper's Too Short.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
We'll skip that over there.
I asked for franchise players. Got this 2-bit mascot. I mean, I've heard the real deal, but who's this? Half off?
Damn, he was ahead of his time too, asking for franchise back then. Ooh, look at him.
Players got this 2-bit mascot. I mean, I've heard the real deal, but who's this? Half off? I've heard, hold on, every time you do an intro, you're like, Whitby is a city. Everybody scratching their head like, Whitby is a city? Hold on, motherfucker. Hold on. Motherfucker, I'm a star like a set of constellations. Whitby's the city you brought your entire population.
I love P, man. P's the fucking man.
You know what's
man,
funny, man?
dude.
P recently hit me up saying that he's looking to work with us again. Which is
What?
we do. Yeah.
Fuck yes,
yeah,
dude.
No, man, because he was working, doing the
guy.
corporate life for a little while, and I think he's, gonna go freelance for a little while. So.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hold on. Don't think you balling on the boardwalk or dropping them stacks just because your tiny head fits inside the Monopoly hat. Hold on. And I'd even let your girlfriend hop on my sack, but since you always got beer goggles, she's probably fat. Okay. That's right, I said that. Sorry. Oh, I'm done. Get him. Hey, me and your girl made the...
Lightweight jerseyed in the third, but yeah.
I'm done.
I'm even confused by that.
Yeah, you're like...
okay, your turn.
I'm done. Get him. Hey, me and your girl made the porn of the century. Said I was Matt Damon. I fucked her. Now you know your son's born identity. Okay.
Porich is really good at rebuttals. He had that palindrome rebuttal against Sensa, which is
great.
Fucking
that's a battle we should have watched.
Yeah.
Man. That's a good one, too.
Yeah, that was like one that he said, they're like, wow, did he really just say that? That's like hella complex.
Yeah. I think at the time I didn't even really know what a palindrome was, and I remember having to go home and like Google it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I missed this
I think that's why I got no reaction, because people were like, wait, what does that even mean?
Identity. Okay. I give a fuck if you a smack rapper. You a backpacker, swag jacker, a brown nose all-star, kissing DJ Premier's ass trying to climb the rap ladder, and doing 2-on-2s with DNA and Troy Brown to get you too far, so this foolish man keeps going back to the partner that abused him with bars, doing Dan or battle raps, Guru and Salah. So I give a fuck less when you spit that verse. You wanted to be a Jew rapper. Too bad Iron Solomon did that first. Killing 2-on-2 battles, boy, I did that first. But if you're a both hands, I better drink mine first. Look, I ain't here to play around. This ain't no fucking playground. You get hit, stay down. We don't need your lame sound. If I want a soul track, I'm throwing on James Brown. You piece of shit. Ask him where he's from. He played the fifth. You moved from Cali to New York, like you hear the scene is sick. You went from grind time to smack, like you're trying to be legit, but all you've done is prove you're on a bunch of different people's dicks. Lame shit like that is why you got kicked off the Fresh Coast. Moved to a division why they consider this less dope. No matter where you're from in the States, you ain't getting them checks, bro, because we know the whole country's dead broke. So get as loud as a reverend, or use the crowd as a weapon. They've been watching me since 2007. Motherfuck you, faggot. I'll disembowel his intestines. I'll pound in his chest and he's spitting up blood. Dude's football. Rich bitch. Don't give a fuck who you are.
Man, that was a dope fucking battle.
Hey, what, is there judges at the end of this?
There is.
I think so.
There is, because
every battle is judged back. Or they do the
Sol
OT round.
Khan's voted the winner. And,
Okay. Well,
and the thing is, the rebuttal
definitely give him the battle, for sure.
PORICH always kind of got
Shafted
overlooked, man.
Yeah.
You know, like people kind of, it was kind of popular to not be a fan of him back and then, but like, you know, he always was good. He always showed up, and like, I really respect people like PORICH, DNA, and you know, the kids that, no matter how many battles they book, they always show up.
Yeah.
Always. You know, so I really respect Rich for that.
All right, let's watch the OT.
Put your money where your mouth is. Crazy battle, SoCon, PORICH, Toronto makes a noise. You like that?
Let's see. Oh, shit.
The judges went 3-1.
Holy shit, Nameless looks so young. Right. You look like you haven't fucking aged at all, man. You look the same for 20 years.
For the winner, SoCon.
I am sorry I fucked up. That's less than y'all deserve. Toronto's one of the best hip-hop places I've been. And this motherfucker, I think, got me fucking. Hey, make
that closing statement from Solcon, the 2-on-2, Sharon, Tricky P versus Solcon and Cap Calls, Sharon brings that up when he's like, at the end of the battle, you said, PORICH got me, fuck it. But then the cameras went off, and you said, Solcon ain't never lost to nothing. That's why I remember he gets voted the winner.
Yeah, that was fire. That was PORICH versus SoCon, fire fucking battle.